Well, hopefully you read the whole title of the video. Because, I mean, let's face it, last thing we need right now is another video on double strokes telling you to accent the second stroke of the double, right? We done told you that already. If you're not already doing that, that's your fault. In this video, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a little tip that'll help you almost instantly play stronger doubles on your toms, and it's a lot simpler than you think. So if you ever tried to play double strokes on your toms, then you know how frustrating it can be. Because they never sound clean, they never sound even, despite your best efforts and you're accenting that second stroke, blah, blah, blah. They still don't sound good. Listen, no matter how good you get at it, it's never gonna sound 100% clean, right? It's just the nature of what it is. The head moves like this, right? It's like trying to tap dance on a waterbed. But there are some things that you can do that'll help to clean it up. Now, there are plenty of videos out there, like I said, some of mine included, telling you to accent the second stroke of the double when you're playing double strokes, right? Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and that's how you get them clean. You've seen all that already. When you try to do something like that on a floor tom, it can still be pretty tricky. Because again, it's a giant 16-inch head and it's moving like this. So even if you try to sort of ride the wave, you're never going to catch them all. But today I'm going to show you a little something that you can do to sort of help at least make it a little bit easier and just bring those strokes a little bit more even. Now, if you've been doing everything right and it's still not sounding cool, as was the case with me at one point, that's okay, because I soon discovered that there's another thing that you can do to help to clean this up. Now, let's just talk about the mechanics of what's going on here when you're playing the doubles. We all know, or we've all seen at least, the whole drop catch thing. Like that, right? So you're basically playing the first stroke and you're pulling up the second one like that. All of that is still true, all right? I still want you to play your doubles that way. But as far as the mechanics of what's going on here, you're gonna stay still? There you go. Here's what's happening. We got the fingers, we got the wrist. There's one more gear that you might not be utilizing to strengthen your doubles, and that's the elbow. Now, there is a video on my channel fully explaining the 3 gears, but in a nutshell, basically it's first gear, second gear, third gear, all right? So if you really want to strengthen your doubles on your toms, the one thing that you might not be doing right now is utilizing the third gear. So the idea simply is this. You're going to play your doubles just like you were before, right? You're still going to accent that second stroke of the double. But instead of focusing all your attention here, like on the wrist and the fingers, play them just like you know how to play them. But this time I want you to concentrate on playing from here. All right? This will change everything. This will instantly strengthen your double strokes. If you play from third gear, which is right here, you don't have to change anything in this area. As soon as you start to utilize a little bit of the elbow joint, right? Get a little forearm involved and, you know, kind of imagine moving the sticks from this area instead of from here, your doubles are instantly going to get stronger. So if you want to try it, just play a double stroke like you do, right? Looking at the hands, making sure everything's cool, blah, blah, blah. Now try the same thing, but play it from here. Right? So what's happening basically is instead of doing this, now you're doing this. Right? Third gear, you're working it from here. This is instantly going to strengthen your doubles. So this idea, of course, is going to work great on all of your tom heads. It's especially going to work really well on your snare because it's a much tighter head. But there are two really important images that I want you to keep in your head while you're learning how to do this, all right? The first thing, of course, is I want you to concentrate on working from third gear, which is the elbow. So when you're moving your sticks, you know, around the toms, whatever toms you're playing, really try to concentrate on playing from here when you're playing your doubles. Don't change anything with what's happening with the fingers. That's all still relevant. But you're just going to work it. You're going to add a little bit of movement from the elbow. So that's the first image. The second image is going to help you actually execute this stuff better. All right? Now, when we talk about accenting the second stroke of the double, one thing that really helps is to sort of picture yourself pulling it out of the head. Right? That second stroke specifically. Try to concentrate on pulling that second stroke out of the head. All right? So not just making it stronger, but pulling it out. And one image that really helps with that is sort of imagine your toms as like beds of hot coals. Right? And the tips of your sticks are like feet. So the whole idea with that is you want to put that stick on the head and then immediately take it off. So when you're playing those doubles, that's what it feels like. You'd be surprised at how much better your sticks bounce off the head when you imagine that your heads are like, you know, hot coal beds. And then all you got to do from here is just practice. As far as how you practice it, there's nothing fancy, man. Right? I'm not about to give you a whole bunch of fancy exercises to do that involves all kind of stuff. Just pick a freaking tom and start doing doubles on it. Now, how you practice this, of course, is completely up to you. Like if you want to use a metronome, you totally can. You know, just pick a tempo and do your thing. But the point of the exercise is really all about the muscle memory. It's about just getting used to the idea of engaging that third gear, playing those doubles from the elbow when you're on your toms. When you're on your snare, do whatever you want. I mean, obviously, it'll work the traditional way, just working it from the wrist. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But again, if you want to add more volume, then you can slowly start to add a little bit more forearm, working it from the elbow, and you can get some really broad dynamics on your snare. But yeah, do what you want. I mean, you can play them in triplets, you can play them in 16ths, however you feel like doing them. But I suggest highly that you don't get fancy with it, right? Just pick one tom and practice on that one tom. Don't worry about any kind of sticking combinations or nothing like that. We're not trying to learn new licks here. We're just trying to develop the muscle memory for playing these doubles. You know, keep in mind the whole better hot coals thing. I guarantee you that will help you out as far as drawing those strokes out of the head. And that's really all you need to know. Like if you know how to play a good double stroke already, then you're 80% of the way there. So that's it. Just like that. Told you it was simple. So give it a shot. I'm 100% sure that it's going to help you out. If you were digging the practice pad that I was using, this is the Evans RealFeel Barney Beats pad. If you want to get one for yourself, there's a Sweetwater link in the description box. I'm a Sweetwater affiliate, so if you want to snag one of these up for yourself, you can do so. I also just want to mention, if you're digging the content on this channel and you feel like supporting it somehow, you got a few choices. If you want, there's a link in the description box if you'd like to leave a donation. First of all, shout out to anyone out there that has left a generous donation, any donation really, but there's been a couple of pretty generous ones. Very highly appreciated. Thanks for supporting the channel. You can also support me on Patreon. That link is also in the description box. Or you can just head over to the merch shop, get yourself some cool merch. I got a whole bunch of stuff in there and I got new stuff coming out all the time. So make sure you go check that out. Other than that, that's it. New viewers, new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. Subscribe. There's the button right there. Make sure you mash that before you bounce. Leave a comment below if you got one. Other than that, have some fun. I'm out of here. Share this video if you dig it. Like, subscribe. See you next video.